We're with Josh Kerr at the World Indoors in Glasgow, World Indoor Champion for 3,000 metres. Josh, on top of the outdoor at the 1,500, how does that feel?
Oh, it's a magical feeling. I think, ever since, it got announced in Glasgow, I knew I would really want to go after it, but I knew I couldn't fight the training too much, that, I haven't really been at a World Indoor Championships. I haven't gone after a European Indoor Championships, and so sometimes I'm a little bit rusty this time of year, but that 2 mile world record or world lead or whatever it was showed that I was in good shape and the body wasn't fighting it too much. So I had that conversation with Danny and the coaching staff and everyone, and we were like, let's really go for this, and I needed to make sure I was in the right fitness, and I was today.
Did you win that discussion because you wanted to not miss the opportunity? Is that the way you looked at it? No,
I think I looked at it emotionally, and Danny looked at it strategically, and that balanced out a little bit. And I think it wasn't an argument per se, but it was a good long conversation over many weeks, and he knew how much that would mean to me tonight, but he also knew if I came away with 4th or 5th that I wouldn't be happy with myself, and I needed to make sure I was in the right spot. So yeah, it took a bit of time, but I knew I could come away with it at the end.
It was interesting to hear you say you felt you'd let down British and Scottish crowds previously. I'm thinking maybe London 2017 and Birmingham 2022. How much of that was a factor to try and correct that?
Yeah, I think I'm finally at a point in my career where I'm going after championship gold medals, and it's taken so many years to do that. And finally, after stepping on the world stage in 2017, having a tough year in 2022, and then just being able to push through 2023 and be the athlete that I've wanted to be, I've kept my head down, and I have done a bit of chatting, I will say that, but I've kept my head down and worked away at it. And then at this point, I know I have all the elements to be a world champion, regardless of the distance, and I wanted to focus on making sure I could do that in front of a home crowd, so that's really special for me.
It's 31 years since a Scottish athlete won a World Indoors. Were you aware of the history with Tom McKean and Yvonne Murray in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, these are massively inspiring performances that we dream of and we hear about growing up. I think one of the last races I did before heading to stateside was here, where I ran 9 minutes 11 seconds in the 3K before heading to the US in 2015, and I went out there on a mission to come back and show that I could be the best in the world, and it's taken about 7 or 8, maybe 9 years, but it's finally here. So
it was a thrilling race to watch. You sort of got into position with 800 to go, and then you had to really I thought you kicked maybe a couple of times after that. What was it like the last 400?
I just wanted to make sure they didn't get too far ahead of me. I knew I had a lot left. It was just keeping my heart rate low. I knew I had a good couple of gears left, and so if I could be in position to strike, no one was going to beat me. And with 100 to go, I turned that tap on all the way, got emotional with it, and started pumping the knees. But yeah, they didn't show our race on the screen in front of me, and I really wanted to turn around and see if I'd won it. But Danny got real mad at me after the 2 mile world record, so just kept focusing on the finish line, and didn't want to show any bad habits to any of the young athletes watching.
But I reckon you kicked during your lap of honour.
The crowd was mental. The crowd was mental. So I just I wanted to show them that this is why I'm here. This is I love performing in front of a crowd, and hopefully that was really fun for everyone to watch.
On a serious point, Josh, how important is it that you inspire youngsters and that the pathway is there in Scottish athletics?
It's our job, it's a massive part of our job is to turn back and go back to our clubs, go back to our schools, and be a resource for people to be like, this is my journey, this is my path, and it is an option for everyone. Everyone has great options through the age group, through the grassroots Scottish athletics, through the stuff through British athletics, and that's part of my job now, and I don't take it for granted, because I think they did a fantastic job for me growing up.